Happy Halloween. Do you have a mess that you think is too tough to get cleaned up? We'll start this one over. That's so corny. I can't do that. Happy Halloween. Dr. Brawny here at Kalkstein Chiropractic. If you got a mess that's too tough to clean up, think again, because I gotcha. Donna, you've been famous on this YouTube channel before, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
It's time to relive that fame. It's time to get recognized in all the cafes and restaurants going into Towson.
Oh, yeah.
This is feeling like a pretty tough mess over here in this right shoulder. Good thing I've got cloth fibers that are melded together to create a cloth-like scrub to get this tension out of your shoulder. Oh, the more kids I have, the quicker. Take a deep breath. Easy. Exhale. So I've been watching Brawny commercials all morning, and the commercials back in the 70s and 80s were actually fantastic.
Everything was better back in the day.
It was like, is this a Brawny kind of mess? No, get the Bounty. Then it's like a little, water on the table, and the grandma gets up. This is a Brawny mess, and she knocks over the refrigerator, and it all spills out. How's your shoulder feeling? How's your neck feeling?
They've been stiff, but no pinching.
Yeah, you came in last week. You had arm pain, neck pain. It was referring down into your shoulder, going into your arm. The pain kind of resolved itself going down the arm, correct?
Yeah. So today was a little bit tight, but I think that was due to 24 hours of complete inactivity.
Yeah, just kind of catching up. Got a little
But
bug.
still not as bad. Just that the tightness came back, but not the pinch feel, not like the pain.
Good. Okay. So just the tension more in this general area, right? Okay. So with Donna, we've been doing soft tissue work. I've been adjusting her back or doing manipulation on the joints of her spine. Taking Brawny towels and just scrubbing this spot right here.
Get all the layers out.
Just get it all out. And then we've been doing some dry needling in her cervical spine, her shoulder, trap, down into her forearm as well. And she's been doing well with that. And then she does some physical therapy, stretching, and exercises. So she gets adjusted, dry needled, and she goes through some PT stretches when she comes in. And I really think that combination just gets her quickly out of pain. And now we're focusing on function of the joints, getting these joints to move better and incorporate some more stretches where she can actually do them without wincing in pain every time she goes to move. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And we'll be there for probably two weeks if she continues to do as well as she's doing. And the cool thing with Donna and us that we're going to jump into is we are going to start a functional strength program with her in about 2 weeks. And we're going to build up some more just tone, strength around her shoulder girdle. She'll be working with the personal trainers over on the exercise floor in conjunction with a good outcomes around her neck and her upper back. So I'm excited for her.
Me too.
All right, deep breath in for me, Donna. Easy exhale. Good. So I started sporting the mustache about 4 weeks ago, and someone comes over and is just like, "Oh yeah, Brawny Man," and I was like, "Oh, thank you. Easy costume. Inspiration for my Halloween costume. Thank you very much." And now that I've been sporting the mustache, I'm all the dinner parties, all my friends' houses I'm going over to, I have to do the dishes at the end of the evening. They're just making me get on the floor and start scrubbing all the time. It's just the weirdest thing. So now I need to get rid of the mustache, I think. It's too much. Deep breath. And let it go. Good. That's good. Okay. Good. Then relax your shoulders for me a little bit. Here we go. Easy adjustment here, okay? Pressure, good. And you're gonna feel it move a little bit more here. Deep breath in, and then let go. Good, there's your spot, okay? Good, shoulders loose, good.
That one's always the one I feel the most.
Yeah, that's, so in terms of diagnosis or what Donna's been hurting from in the last couple weeks, she has a C5, C6 radiculopathy. And the reason, you okay?
Good name for it, radiculopathy.
It's ridiculous. You can lie on your back.
Why is it called a radiculopathy?
Radicular pain travels from an origin from the neck. Cervical is the origin, cervical spine, radiculopathy. So your nerve root's irritated in your neck, and that's why you can be like, I can draw it. It goes to these areas of my hand, not over here. And then when we were testing your strength, your deltoid was weak. So associated with a sensory pattern, like where it goes, or your dermatome, and then the myotome, what muscles are weak because your neck is aggravated, because everything else is strong around it. And those two things in conjunction with the neck pain that you have, and it's a really common area. If I were to MRI a lot of people's necks, there's going to be a little more stress patterns that show up right there, because when we sit and we stress our neck, it tends to take the brunt of the force. It's at the peak of the arc of our neck, so like the top point. And when we don't, let's just say this, when we start to lose our curvature in our cervical spine because of probably sitting, function, etc., that curve kind of lessens a little bit more, and then it stresses more at that point, because it's designed to be nice and smooth and arc. And when it loses that, when we have a less lordosis in the cervical spine, is the terminology you'll read on an X-ray. The middle of the cervical spine gets stressed a little bit more.
Makes sense.
Yes, and so it's more of a physics type of conundrum that happens, but why it happens is much more functional in the way we kind of carry ourselves over time. Long story short, it's a pattern that shows up in my office all the time, as you can imagine. Like it's like, oh, this is what we're supposed to do. This is just what everyone does, right? In terms of our activities. And if that's where there's a little cognitive dissonance when I have to work with people that have been doing something for 15 years, and they're like, why is my neck just starting to hurt? Where's this pain coming from? What did I do? Yeah. And so the proactive approach 15 years beforehand is the answers. We know the answers to that. And relative to when the problems occur, manipulation or an adjustment, her C5 isn't like rotated to the right, and I'm like rotating it back. It's called a boop model. Boop.
I like these names. A boop model.
We need to bring back the boop. No, we do not need to bring back the boop model. The boop. That's the bone out of place model. It is started in osteopathy and chiropractic a long time ago.
It was not started by cats.
No cats?
Well, boop. They boop all the time.
Cats boop?
Cats boop. They nose boop.
Oh, how they boop your nose, or you boop their nose?
Both. I mean, my cat boops my nose.
Do you have a cat, Carly? No.
No.
My dog boops my nose. Cam's a booper.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a sweet boy.
My cat boops my face really hard when I don't wake up, because he has, only half a food bowl full.
Oh, really?
Yeah. First he comes in real nice, and then when I'm not paying attention, then I get booped hard.
Sometimes it's a boopy morning. I feel you.
Yeah.
What's the boopiest morning I get? I get my daughter just coming up right in my ear
I was
hole
gonna say.
and coughing, and then saying, "Dad, show," and I'm like, "Okay, just be quiet." Show. That would be my boop.
Quiet is very relative at that age.
Getting an alarm, a cough in the ear, is a sensation I will never forget.
And will continue to experience for a long period of time.
It's like she like came up and she just aimed. She like gets nice and low and she's just like,
This is my perfect spot.
I'm gonna wait for him to inhale at the Okay, 1 second, because we're gonna have a lot of fun in here and I'm gonna need to tell the next room I need to start with therapy. 1 second.
I want to break. I don't want to break that fourth wall, right? I'm just the camera. The
It's
camera
so
is
fun
me.
to break the fourth wall sometimes.
You're the fourth wall?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I've never heard that terminology before.
Well, I mean, like if you're interacting with like the camera, that's the fourth wall.
I got
Like
it.
when you asked her if she had a cat, you broke the fourth wall there.
Correct.
I broke it.
Yeah.
Shit.
But also you kind of break it just by introducing the video, so.
Yeah. Fair.
Hey everybody. I'm in the fourth wall. I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Nobody can box the Brawny Man in.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a giant for giant masses. That's how it started. Was Mr. Brawny Man was like walking around in the woods and there was these campers and the guy's like, God, Jenny, I can't get this mess off the fish pan. And Mr. Brawny is like a giant that comes through. He's like, here you go.
Oh my gosh.
And I need
to do a Brawny deep dive.
Which is crazy when I'm doing it. It's like 10 million views on these commercials. We're not the first to dive deep on Brawny. He goes. God.
I like crackled in my shoulder that time.
Did it?
Yeah.
So that's what we are doing. We're crackling joints in here. And when we crackle a joint, it's not because that joint is cracked out of place. It's because there's a reflex, it's tight, it's irritated, and we're putting motion into it. So C5 is not rotated to the right on her, although it's still kind of taught and it's still talked about quite a bit. That's another story. There you go. But it's not. And so we combine McKenzie stretches for the neck, and we'll do those later. You can check out videos on our YouTube. We do a lot of McKenzie stretching in the office for the joints.
This will probably make my ear drain too, which is awesome.
That's a pretty crazy reflex that happens.
Yeah. Well, it shows how much your muscles and everything are related. I went to the ENT and he's like, yeah, you're fine. I can't do anything. Go to the dentist and get a mouth guard because you clench your teeth. Because he's like, those muscles are so tight, that's why you can't drain. And I was like, why did nobody say this before?
Yeah. So I can speak to that in a second. Your tensor tympani, it's a muscle that attaches to your eustachian tube. There's a reflex that can happen through the upper cervical spine, and it kind of speaks to how the adjustment works. Like that's why you feel like you get your neck adjusted. It's quick motion. Boom, you're like, oh, I feel free. I feel like it's lighter. I have no pain. Those are the exact things that are happening. Lighter is better motor control, pain reduction, endorphin release. So when you adjust, like when I adjust you here, if you're having jaw tension, which you do, neck tension, suboccipital tension, and I get that to move, which I'm going to do, it can help with the drainage, if you will. The mouth guards are okay. I
accidentally ripped mine out in the middle of the night.
Did you?
Yep. And
You're
they're
like-
really hard to get in and out.
How'd you do that?
I have no idea, and I throw them across the room.
You chuck them?
Yep. And, yeah, so they screwed up and made two. And the second one still fit. It was just not pretty. So they just gave me both for the price of one. Thank God. Because one of them I couldn't find for 6 months, and my cat said buried it somewhere else in the house.
That's messed up.
Yeah. And then
They took it and they're like,
They thought I was playing with them.
mess with them.
Yeah. They hide everything in the couch, so I don't know why I didn't look there first.
Is that where it was?
Yep.
Alright, so you had the second, and then you took that second and you said, hell no.
Well, I finally gave up. I was like, man, is this even helpful?
Good question. That's why I kind of made that comment. I don't know if you heard me. I'm sure you did.
I did.
Yeah, I did. I said it.
I think if you don't have any other options, it can be helpful because you can't clench as hard. But you're still clenching, you're just not clenching as hard.
Yeah, I think they're helpful in a lot of ways for some temporary pain reduction. Oftentimes that gives people the support on their teeth.
Mm-hmm. So you don't crack another tooth?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're like grinding so hard at night, you're like breaking your enamel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop that. Let's work on something that blocks it. But then why are you grinding? And that the actual mouth guard itself does the opposite. It actually it reinforces the sensation of biting down. So it kicks on that reflex more at night.
Oh.
Because you're like, you hold on to the thing in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
So I often work on the back end of all that stuff. And it can be kind of counterproductive to like working on someone's jaw.
Interesting.
But then I had to kind of dance that line of like protecting their teeth as well as the $700 they just spent on it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not covered by insurance.
Of course. And so I oftentimes work on their jaw, their neck, their shoulder. And then we talk about like, you know, like drinking coffee at like 4 o'clock and then a Celsius at 6 o'clock and they're like and playing video games till 12 or whatever, right? Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just life is freaking stressful. And so we try to find that balance between all that as much as we can and working on someone's neck, which we can get a lot done. We can talk about booping noses. We can talk about jaw braces. We can talk about bone out of place models.
Yeah.
We can talk about
everything.
Yeah. Mr. Brawny Man in the woods. this.
Do you think the Brawny Man and the Green Giant hang out?
Yes, and in our dreams they hang out too.
They must, right?
They must. They're probably good buddies.
They're actually in like a fight club.
What kind of fight club are we talking about here? A commercial fight club?
Like no, like a cage match.
Just
once a year.
Two of them coming together?
Yep. All the woodland animals.
They come to watch?
Yep.
Coliseum.
It's in the Coliseum?
Yep.
The Woodland Coliseum?
Yep, exactly.
And what are they fighting for?
Bragging rights till the next year.
Just straight bragging rights.
Oh yeah. What else do they need? Look at all they have.
I'm gonna go start training right now. Where's Mr. Green Giant? Where you at?
Yeah. All right, throwing down the gauntlet.
I already booped him. That's right. I'm really glad I sent room 2 to therapy. I'm just genuinely glad because I wouldn't have had that awesome visual that we just created. That's definitely going in story time tonight. Okay, Scarlett, one more story. Let me tell you how I whooped the Green Giant in front of all the woodland creatures.
Yeah, well, we're coming close to the end of the year, so the match is coming up again. New Year's Eve match.
I'm
definitely.
not scared. It's New Year's?
I think it should be.
Where is it? Is it cold?
No, it would have to be in a southern wood.
It's the Southern Woods.
Nobody can use cold as the excuse. The Green Giant's basically naked. Brawny Man's got clothes, so you can see that coming up. Well, if it was a better climate, I definitely could have whooped you, but it was so cold in my nakedness.
I don't hold my nakedness.
It's definitely a line the Green Giant would say.
Yeah. Pressure release. Okay. Good. Drop your shoulders. Good. Awesome. Good. Good. Beautiful. Now you can feel a stretch through your neck, into your mid back. Everything's just loosey-goosey. Good. Drop. You feel it go. Good.
He like went and then went.
Yeah. Nice. Good.
Ooh, yeah.
Woosah.
Yeah. It always takes that quick minute. Quick minute for the sections.
Elbow grease. Wax on, wax off. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween. Donna, you're the best.
Bye.
Welcome back. I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Party every Tuesday and Thursday.
What kind of parties?
Party.
Okay, there it is.
Party, as it were.
Oh gosh, peace.